Is $500,000, is that going to get you a great home? Absolutely. Could it get you a big home? Absolutely. But it's not going to get you this outdoor kitchen. In this video, I'm going to go over what $500,000 gets you in Oviedo, Florida versus $1 million gets you in Oviedo, Florida. I would say Oviedo's bread and butter is about $550,000, I would say. $550,000 should get you a really great home. All the homes in Oviedo are going to be just absolutely fantastic. I'm also only going to go over single family homes in this video, but if you want me to make one regarding townhomes, just let me know. Okay, so I have the MLS pulled up behind me and I'm going to pull up some data. I'm going to start with properties that are sold that are in Oviedo and that are priced between $500,000 to $550,000, okay? And I'm only doing single family homes. There are townhomes that are this price, which is amazing and insane all at the same time. But I'm going to pull up just this and let's see if we can see any sort of correlation and what $500,000 gets you in Oviedo. We have about 41 homes that have sold in the last 30 days in Oviedo between $500,000 and $550,000. So everything, let's see, like 2,000 square feet, 1,900 square feet, 2,300 square feet, 2,500 square feet. So I'm seeing everywhere between like 1,900 square feet and 2,500 square feet. So let's look into the lowest priced one. This one here is Peter Mist. This is a very cute neighborhood built in around 2010, I would say. This is a 3-2 with a 0.11 acre lot, which I would say is pretty small. That's kind of the smallest that you're gonna see in Oviedo. And this is a very cute community. It's a small community and it is on the outskirts of Oviedo. I wouldn't say that this is like in the heart of Oviedo. So this might not even be zoned for the top Oviedo high school or the elementary school or the middle schools. I think that this is technically Seminole County, but I'm not sure about that. I'll check. If this is zoned for Oviedo high schools, then I would be pretty shocked. I think that this is zoned for Lake Howell High School. So that could also be why it's the lowest priced, because people pay for those high school zones. So this one you can see not in a no pool. And I believe that that's a subdivision wall and this neighborhood does back up to a pretty busy street. I just know that off the top of my head. But this is almost 2,200 square feet. So that is kind of the baseline for a $500,000 house. Now let's go kind of in the middle here, 525. Twin Rivers is a very classic Oviedo neighborhood. This is going to be zoned Haggerty High School. This is a fantastic area, very family friendly, lots of parks, just lots of kids running around, super cool area. So I'm going to click on this. This is kind of like our middle of the road, 525, 3-car garage, which is fantastic. I think that that's actually a great value. I see a lot of electrical going on the side here. Oh, they have solar. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, beautiful. You have some updated floors, beautiful windows. You can tell they're not new, but very nice. Open floor plan. Great house. Okay, so maybe original kitchen. I can't tell if they've painted the cabinets or not, but maybe original kitchen. That is a Corian countertop, not a quartz or quartzite or anything like that. Still beautiful. I think that they did paint the cabinets. I feel like I can see a little bit of that. Hopefully you can too. So yeah, nothing crazy, nothing over the top. I would not necessarily call this luxury, but this is very nice and it looks very well maintained. And yeah, it doesn't look like they've done much updating to the bathroom, even though it is nice. It doesn't need updating. That's like the fine line when you don't need updating, but you might want it, or maybe a future, oh, that's so fun. A future owner will want that. Looks like they did update this bathroom. Actually, that looks like quartz on the countertops. So yeah, they've got some built-ins. They've got some cool things to the property. They've got a pool. You know, the yard is so-so. But overall, great house. anyone would be lucky to live here. Now that is kind of your middle of the road. Let's see what's our highest. This is our highest here at $550. And okay, yeah, this is new construction. I remember seeing this hit the market. I didn't know it sold. So this is new construction that they just kind of built on like a empty lot in Oviedo, which is a great option. Not a lot of this left, which is probably why they were able to get $550. And I am a little disappointed because I can tell this is not a professional photo, but to each their own. And I can also tell this is a builder because they never include all of the appliances. So in this house, you got a microwave and that is it. I hope that you like your microwave. Now they did, complete beautiful updates. Obviously it's brand new construction. This will not have a pool because builders do not put in pools very often. So I'm just gonna kind of skip through this, blah, blah, blah. Very nice. And that was your highest selling one. And that is still 1/4 acre. So all of these are going to be on 1/4 acre. I'm gonna scroll through the neighborhoods really quick. Little Creek, very classic neighborhood. These homes are beautiful too. They can get big also. Looks like they have some solar on them. So again, you know, your kind of basic laminate here, basic tile. Doesn't look like they've updated too much. So we can say that for a $500,000 house in Oviedo, you're going to get, if you have a bigger house, meaning closer to 2,500 square feet, you're not gonna have the pool, you're not gonna have the upgrades. If you go smaller, like how big was this one? This one's 2,000 square feet. If you go smaller, you can get a little bit more updated, but maybe not a pool. So this one is 1,800 square feet, so maybe on the smaller end. Let's see what this one looks like on the inside. Yeah, so they've done a decent amount of upgrades here. They have the wood look tile that people really like, and they have the gorgeous kitchen. So that kind of solidifies my point. So for $500,000, you can have a smaller, like 1,900 square feet with your upgrades, or you can have bigger, like 2,500 square feet, but no upgrades. And at that price point, you may or may not get a pool. Let's see here. Yeah, Twin Rivers, very classic Oviedo neighborhood. Carillon, that's over closer to UCF. Beautiful. Lakes of Aloma. And these are all going to be like on 1/4 acre or less lots. Here, you're not really going to get, I don't think so. You're not going to get like 1/2 acre lots. That's like bigger homes, grander homes. The Sanctuary, I didn't know you could get anything this cheap in the Sanctuary. I say cheap because the Sanctuary is luxury and there's $1 million homes in the Sanctuary. So that's why I said cheap. But in the Sanctuary, you can get a 2-car garage. Nice flooring. Beautiful. This is definitely a small home for the Sanctuary. And that does look like they just painted the cabinets, but still very nice. So that's kind of what you're going to get. You know, that 1,900 square feet updated, or the 2,400 to 2,500 square feet not updated, no pool. Okay, so that covers $500,000. Oh, and on like 1/4 acre or less. Okay, now let's change this over to $1 million. And this is everything that I'm gonna do, like 950 to like 1.1. And I just kept it in Oviedo, sold. So in this price point, there's only 16 matches. In the other price point, there was 41 matches. So let's look at this here. Yep. Okay. So we have some Brookmore Estates, which is like a newer community. Black Hammock, which that has land. Evans Square, newer community. Very great neighborhood. Newer community. Stonehurst is in Seminole County, but not necessarily Oviedo. Like it's not gonna be zoned Oviedo schools, it's gonna be zoned Seminole County schools, but it is a beautiful, smaller neighborhood. Not new neighborhood. Okay, so we have like a little bit of everything. So let's start at our least expensive at $950. Lakes of Aloma. Which Lakes of Aloma, you can find houses in this neighborhood for $500,000. So this is a fantastic price point. Oh, it's because it's on the lake. Of course. So obviously, houses on the lake, it's Florida. You're going to get a pretty penny for that. So this is kind of an outlier just because if this house wasn't on the lake, it would not be $950. So I'm going to exit out of this, but it is beautiful. And that's 2,400 square feet. Let me go to, okay, Hideaway Cove. So you can see also just the square footage here is much bigger. 3,300 square feet. I'm seeing 5,000 square feet. Let's go to that one. Wow. That thing looks like a castle. This is a classic live oak floor plan. This one sold for $1,050,000 and it is stunning. Even the exterior is beautiful. They did some staging. This looks really, really, really nice. Everything is clean, crisp. You know, this kitchen, it is beautiful and the cabinets are tall. The cabinets look to be in great shape. This is not updated to today's standards. It's just not. It's not what builders are doing. Builders are not doing this like high seating at the bar anymore. They're doing like a lower bench and they're not doing those colors anymore. But it's still pretty and they did a really good job. They decorated it well and that is sometimes all that matters. So let's keep looking. They've got carpet throughout. So yeah, at this price point, you're getting a big ol' home, decently updated, clean, and I believe this one had a pool. And you got a movie theater. And yeah, that did have a pool. At this price point, I bet they're all gonna have pools. If they don't have a pool, it's just because of the owner did not want a pool. So let's see here. So Black Hammock, this is an area that has some acreage. So yeah, this is on 3.31 acres. So if you're looking for some acreage and you wanna be in a good school zone, the Black Hammock is gonna be a really, really good option for you. This is a whole community of acreage. So it's really cool. And a lot of the houses are new because all of this used to be just like tree farms and other type of agricultural plants and cows and stuff like that, celery. So we have land, but we don't really have upgrades, it looks like. Very dated tile, pretty dated cabinets and countertops here. Super cute, could be very cute with the right decorations, but another buyer might want to come in and renovate this, and I bet that that's what they're gonna do. Definitely livable, obviously. I mean, this is, when I say updated and not updated, this is like what people were putting in the early 2000s, you know? So, you know, it's 2025, it's time. You gotta update like every 20 years. They don't tell you that when you buy a house. So, you know, luxury, yes and no. Yes and no. But here you're paying for that land. You're paying for that 3.31 acres because not a lot of these other ones are on 3.31 acres. Stonehurst is 1/3 acre lots, you know. Evans Square, this one might be, oh no, this is a new construction. Okay, cool. So this is on 0.24 acres. I love this neighborhood. These homes are stunning. And if this is the home I'm thinking of, I did show this. Yes. Okay. This home, the pictures really don't even do this one justice. This one very, very much earned its $1 million. There was so much custom woodwork and like cool. The brick is like not wallpaper at all. It's like actual brick. Super pretty, really, really custom things. But that one did not have a pool. So that's stunning. So yeah, we're definitely getting obviously just like bigger homes, more custom things, pools. Let's see about this one. Now, is this one lakefront? Kingsbridge West, that's on 0.31 acres. No, I don't think that this is on the lake. Okay. So we've got a big home here, great marketing. And Kingsbridge is a very classic neighborhood, especially there's Kingsbridge West and Kingsbridge East. Kingsbridge West is a little bit more elevated than East. And then this one, yeah. See, this is what I mean. This is what $1 million house gets you. It gets you a beautiful outdoor kitchen. I love this. And it looks like right here they have like the roller shades. That's gorgeous. So that's the thing that you're gonna be missing in the $500,000 house. Is $500,000, is that gonna get you a great home? Absolutely. Could it get you a big home? Absolutely. But it's not gonna get you this outdoor kitchen. With the hood, oh my gosh, that's stunning. and they have the pool. Yeah, this is a Florida home, baby. This is a Florida home. They have a sauna. Wow, super cool. Okay, but the inside, you know, you could paint the cabinets. They should paint the cabinets, actually. If you painted these cabinets, those look like good, solid oak wood cabinets, and that would be amazing. That would transform this entire space because they already have the backsplash in. So yeah, this is fantastic. If you were to just do a little bit in the kitchen, we would be talking. Okay, these are fun people. These are very fun people. All right, so yeah, at that $1 million price point, are we talking every house is ultra luxury? No, we're not. Some of them are just on a lake. Some of them are just on land, but the house is nothing special. See, that's the thing in Oviedo. We really have one of everything. We have lakes, we have land, we have cookie cutter subdivisions. And in those cookie cutter subdivisions at $1 million, you're gonna have more of the kitchen upgrades, the flooring upgrades, all of that stuff, because you don't have the land or the lake per se. So, and you're gonna have a pool. At that price point, you're probably gonna have a pool. What else can we look at here? Brookmore Estates. I really like this neighborhood. It's a pretty small neighborhood and it's pretty new. This is a Pulte. Pulte built these. Not new, like you can't buy them new, but they're newer. So like, yeah, that's what every builder's kitchen is gonna look like. So it's stunning. And I would say that this is luxury. This is what we're getting into, the luxury. We have upgraded flooring, even though they're like a tile, it's like a nicer square inch tile, and then a really nice pool. But these people have no land. So you, at $1 million, you still have to pick and choose. You can't have the kitchen, the land, the lake, the upgrades. You have to kind of pick, maybe you have to pick like 1 out of the 3 or 2 out of the 3. So I hope this was interesting. Let me know if you want me to do any comparisons of any other cities or any other price points, and I am here as your local Orlando realtor. Bye.